Now, still begin in episode 3 where we will see the Autobots busy focusing on the Dark Energon. But Ratchet will still accidentally revive the machinery that Bulkhead destroyed like he did in canon. And Oxmus saves him like he did in canon and all that. And the Autobots will discover that it's Dark Energon and quickly realize things are gonna go a bit dark. So Oxmus decides to go on a location as there was a frequency as Ratchet said that he detects a energy signature, which is Megatron fused with Dark Energon like he did in the episode. So yeah. So Oxmus decides to bring Ironite, Alita, and Ratchet, while the rest stay behind. And I would say it goes a bit different. Like when they come in and fight those Terracons, with the help of Ironite and Alita, it's actually much easier. With two extra skilled warriors and also a very fast warrior. Basically, Alita is more of a speedster type because she's not physically stronger than the other three, but she's way more faster. She's actually the fastest out of all of them. And with her agility as well, along with her intelligence, it's much easier. And with Iron Knight's firepower, strength, toughness, and high endurance, it's much easier for them. And with Ratchet actually having pistols in this timeline, as you see, the reason why Ratchet never had pistols is because they were rusty or something. But I'm just gonna allow him to have pistols and being a little bit more skilled than he was in canon, so it's actually much easier. But Agent Violet will still come in because he's complaining about the Autobots blowing up that mountain. But since they didn't do much else, he goes back to base less angry but still mad. But he does inform his military base, and the Decepticons do hear about this and capture him like they did in canon. And they're about to go on the rescue mission are Jazz, Cliff Jumper, Bumblebee, and Bulkhead, while RC and Tailgate stay behind. As you see, most timelines RC would just leave basically because her partners are dead and all that, and she's sulky. But RC is more different. Her personality is more like her G1 self, so she doesn't just leave the base with someone else. She just actually stays in the base, just talks and walks with Tailgate around. And Cliff Jumper, Jazz, Bumblebee, and Bulkhead work together to basically take down the Decepticons and get Agent Follower. And that episode will play out a bit the same, with episode 4 playing out a bit differently, with Optimus' team able to destroy all the Terracons way earlier than they did, and Optimus climbs the mountain and tells Megatron that he won't allow him to destroy the Earth. But Megatron is like, in due time, you would understand, brother, as he transforms and leaves. And Optimus will help out the other Autobots as they are having a bit of a struggle in town climbing up the mountain, and he just helps them out. And being a gentleman to his gorgeous wife, Alita One, he just gently helps her up, as he just kind of roughly helps out his boys, but hey. But now Jazz's team, the one rescuing Agent Falwa, is having an easy time. As them, they just mostly use their speed and overall strength and skill to just blitz, shoot, and kill the Decepticons left and right. And we would see them basically save Agent Falwa like the original team in canon, but with a bit more ease. As even though Starscream does try to escape, he does get shot through his thrusters by one of the Autobots, which will be Bumblebee, who was hiding from the back. And with that, he will fall and crash down. Now, the Jazz walks towards basically Starscream. Looking at him, he's like, yo, you had the chance to kill me, Starscream, but now I have the opportunity to kill you. Starscream's like, wait, Jazz. This is not like you. You're right. It's not really like me, but you wanna know what? We're in a war, we are desperate, we are losing back and forth. Why don't I just kill Megatron's highest rank soldier? He's first lieutenant. I should just kill you right now. But then Starscream is like, what would Optimus think of this? You probably disapprove of this, but I don't care. As Jazz takes out his gun and just shoots Starscream straight in the face, point blank, killing him. Why am I killing off Starscream? Hey, he was gonna die either way. Trust me. I'm giving him a fast and easy death. Compared to what I was gonna do to him. But yeah. Now, Bumblebee and the others grab Agent Follower and they quickly leave. And they proceed to drive out of base and ground bridge back to base. Oh wait, not base. They drive out of the Nemesis and they go back to base like they did in canon and all that. Now, we will skip to episode 5, which plays out the way differently with us not needing to go to Jack to comfort him and all that. The episode is kind of boring in the beginning, but it's gonna get exciting in the space bridge fight. But Megatron, before any of that, was informed by Soundwave that Starscream was killed by the Autobots. But Megatron is like, he was killed. Huh. One day he was gonna be killed. At least it was today. Megatron not caring much because Starscream is a treacherous ass guy. He's just I don't know why. But yeah. I don't know why Megatron even keeps him alive. But yeah. Now the Autobots would arrive on the space bridge and Megatron smiles at this. And the thing is, it's all Autobots. Even Ratchet's there. The thing is, all of you are wondering, then who's managing the ground bridge? Well, the thing is, Ratchet's a leader and Tailgate made a device that allows them to ground bridge. You remember the device that Starscream had in season 2 that allows him to open up ground bridges or space bridges and all that? Yeah, that's basically what they have. They have that device. So they made it themselves. They didn't go to the Harbinger or anything. They made it themselves. So basically, they would have at least an extra Autobot helping out. So yeah, it's a bit easier. Megatron sees this and smiles, and he orders Viacon flyers to basically attack them. And there's way more than it was in canon. I would have to say like 4 times or maybe even 5 times the amount. Autobots having a bit of a struggling time, but I'm managing to kill them. And I would say the satellite thing that was on the Decepticon ship is still destroyed by Bulkhead because Bulkhead's careless, so it makes sense. So Soundwave is still like doing something to those satellites on Earth, that satellite base. But since there's no humans, the thing comes alien and it didn't canon. Now Megatron will still throw the Dark Energon through the space bridge, and the Autobots basically have to destroy the space bridge. Now Ratchet comes to Optimus is like, are you sure? Prime is like, do it. We have no choice. Hearing this, Ratchet nods. Basically kind of orders the other Autobots to go, but Jazz and Tailgate stay behind. As they inform Optimus, they're not leaving him behind no matter what. Prime is like, just go. Jazz is like, relax, OP, we got this. The others got this. We're here to help you out no matter what. Trust us, Optimus. We got this. I am your greatest warrior after all. And I am your first lieutenant, so I have to be there no matter what. I'm your right-hand man. Optimus is like, fine. Now Optimus, Jazz, and Tailgate get ready as Megatron arrives. And Megatron is like, Optimus! You have your first lieutenant and your greatest warrior here with you? Nice. I gotta kill the 3 most dangerous Autobots ever. I'm gonna have a nice time with this. Jazz is like, is he joking? I don't think so. He's literally fighting speedsters. Oh, he wants to get blitz. And that's exactly what they do. They basically just use their speed to just, I'm not gonna lie, blitzing. Imagine Flash, Wally West, and even Reverse Flash working together to fight you at the same time. And they're not holding back when it comes to speed. I'm not talking about their strength. I'm just talking about the speed in general. Yeah, imagine all 3 of them fighting Darkseid. This man would just be mad the whole time. That's basically what's going on with Megatron. He getting speed blitz the whole time. Bro can't even land a single punch. And yeah. Ratchet would inform Optimus the space bridge is about to be destroyed, and all three of them nod at each other and basically punch Megatron at the same time. Ooh, imagine three people punching you at the same time on your face, or you're sent flying. And the Autobots quickly transform and basically drive away, and the space bridge is destroyed as Megatron was knocked out. And yeah, basically. Now we would skip to basically episode 6. This episode 5 ended like what I said. The Autobots go to the ground bridge, that Ratchet open and all of them get out. Space bridge blows up. Megatron is still there. He was knocked out and his Terrican army is destroyed. Now, episode 6 starts like this. The Autobots arrive to base, celebrating, having a good time. Now, Optimus is like, I killed my best friend. Basically being kind of depressed, but Iron Knight, Ratchet, Jazz, and Alita 1 come in to basically comfort him. And Alita is mostly the one doing that, as she tells the others to go have a good time. And she comforts him, explaining that even if he didn't kill Megatron, how many more lives were going to be sacrificed until he realized he had to. Hearing this, Optimus is like, fair enough. Either kill him and more lives are saved, or let him live long enough and more lives die. So it was a good call. Prime is sad though, but he understands the point. And Elite is like, come on, let's go celebrate. Prime is like, why not? And just has a good time with the other Autobots. But Soundwave. You see, Soundwave is the first lieutenant of the Decepticons right now because Starscream's dead. Yeah, I killed him early because honestly he needed to go. And with Soundwave being there, it's gonna be actually easier. Like, think about it. Soundwave? Oof. Megatron's most loyal soldier? Most loyal Decepticon. Or one of his most. Being there? Crazy. Soundwave first goes straight to the rubble where the space bridge was to look for Megatron because unlike Soundwave, unlike Starscream, he doesn't just leave. He saves Megatron and brings him back to the Nemesis, and he goes to the medical bay. And since there's no Starscream, Megatron is never getting the dark energy in his chest ripped out. So when is he gonna be awake? When is he gonna come online? Good question. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't even know myself. That's a sad life. But anywho, now, how would episode 6 go? Allow me to explain. You see, in space, we would see basically two spacecrafts busy fighting each other. Now, two pilots are busy panicking, kind of. One of them is like, calm down, kid. We're almost there. And then his partner's like, what? We're about to fall straight like 1,000 feet down, bro. I don't think you know what you're saying. I don't. I'm panicking. Yeah, just let me drive. And the ship that's following them is like, two bots about to meet their end. How sad. As the ship that's following them shoots at them, and the pilot is like, hope this works. As he basically, how can I describe it? He moves away from the blast, turns around, and basically shoots the ship that's following them, and the ship gets shot straight in the face, like point blank, like in front, and the pilot has to quickly move away. As his ship falls to the ground, he manages to escape, and because, well, he's a Cybertronian jet, and arrives and lands on Earth, like the same location where he was in canon. And the two pilots basically land the ship and come out, and the Decepticon that's there says their names: Hot Rod and Springer, the two most troubling bots on Cybertron. I'm gonna enjoy killing you. As Hot Rod says his name. Skyquake. Don't worry about it, buddy. I'm gonna have a great time beating your ass right now. And then Springer's like, You can say that again. As he takes out his blade, and Hot Rod basically gets ready to fight. As the two Autobots basically jump the hell out of Skyquake, but this is Skyquake, so he's having a good time. Now, Soundwave is basically just attending to Megatron's wounds along with other Decepticon medics, but he basically not how does Soundwave get informed actually, or does he inform himself? No, I'm just gonna say it. He informs himself. He informs himself that the Decepticon ship basically landed on Earth. I don't know how that works, but it works, I guess. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But yeah. And Soundwave is like, huh, interesting. And Soundwave basically walks away from the medical bay and goes straight towards the location of the ship, basically. Yeah, basically. And he arrives and sees Skyquake busy fighting Hot Rod and Springer as he ground bridged himself there. Now Optimus is informed by Ratchet there's two Autobot signatures fighting the Decepticon signature. Now Optimus is shocked from this. Now he decides to bring, I would say, Tailgate, Cliffjumper, Jazz, and Bumblebee. All of them go together to basically confront and help their allies. And everyone is kind of shocked. Soundwave is a bit surprised to see Skyquake, but knows that his Master Megatron will be very pleased to have a very loyal and strong warrior on his side. Now, Optimus is shocked to see Hot Rod and Springer, as he does know them both. But Bumblebee smiles. Well, if he had a mouth, but yeah, he basically smiles. Well, kind of, but I'm just gonna say he smiles, okay? He smiles and says, "Huh, it's been a while since I seen you, bro." As Jazz is like, "Hey, isn't that my boy Hot Rod?" And then Tailgate's like, "Wait, is that Rod? It's been a while." And then Cliffjumper's like, "Springer, he's here too." Nice. Now Optimus and the other Autobots help them out basically to overpower and basically imprison or kill Skyquake. But Skyquake is saved by Soundwave and is ground bridge straight to the Nemesis. But Skyquake is a bit confusing and is just, what the hell? Where am I? As Soundwave ground bridges behind him and says, "You're in the Nemesis." Tenny is like, "Soundwave, Megatron's most loyal soldier, most loyal follower, if I have to say. How are you?" "I'm fine, but our master is not too well." "What? What do you mean?" Soundwave informs Skyquake what happened, and he's mad, wanting to get revenge. But Soundwave says something that does make sense. The Autobots have increased their numbers. You won't stand a chance by yourself. Even if you manage to kill one of them, you won't be able to kill all of them. Hearing this, Skyquake knows that is true. So they have to bolster their numbers before they even try to even fight the Autobots. And yeah, that'll be the end of episode 6. As Hot Rod and Springer are brought back to base along with their ship and introduced to Team Prime and join Team Prime. Now we will skip to episode 7, where we would see Hot Rod, Springer, Tailgate, and RC busy talking together and having a good time. As they're walking towards something, and they would arrive, and they grab a pod, wondering what it is, but then they're suddenly under attack by Decepticons, who are led by Skyquake. As the Autobots try their best to fight and hold them off, but are quickly overwhelmed. Springer says they have to ground bridge out of base and leave the pod. Hot Rod is like, "We can take them." "No, kid. It's better to survive and live to fight another day than fight and die for something that's probably not even useful." Hearing this makes Hot Rod like, fair enough. As Hot Rod, RC, Tailgate, and Springer quickly leave, Skyquake grabs the pod and brings it back towards the Nemesis. And the pod melts and an energy blast is sent through it. As a Cybertronian comes out of it and says, "Where the hell am I?" Wondering where he is. But then Soundwave along with Skyquake come through the door as he looks at them and he smiles. He's like, "Ah, Soundwave and hmm, Skyquake. It's been a while." Skyquake and Soundwave are actually a bit shocked to see him, as Skyquake says himself, "I thought you were dead." Nah, I was frozen in ice for bits, but I'm chilling. Literally, I'm literally chilling, but I'm okay. As Soundwave is like, hmm, these few days have been interesting. It's been a while, Blitzwing. As we see, it is Blitzwing, one of Megatron's triple changes and one of his most powerful. I would say close to the level of Optimus and Megatron, but still weaker than them. But not an easy bot to kill. And Soundwave is like, you need some vehicle forms. Go to a military base and scan as many vehicle forms you need. Hearing this, Blitzwing is like, ah, yes. Now that's exactly what I need. As Blitzwing goes to a military base and basically scans a tank and a jet. And he's like, let me have some fun. As he starts destroying the military base, Agent Firework quickly calls Team Prime, and Team Prime goes towards his location. As we would see Optimus, Springer, Hot Rod, along with RC, Tailgate, and Alita go together. Now they would arrive and see Blitzwing, as Optimus asks where Blitzwing came from, and he would explain how he came from. And then Hot Rod is like, "Oh, thank Primus we never took that spacebar back. Facts. Imagine dealing with him. Yeah, he would quickly kill most of us." Optimus is like, "At least you guys never brought him back. That's a good thing." As they are about to fight Blitzwing, and this is gonna be a bloody fight. I'm not gonna lie. And that will be the end of this part. So I hope you guys liked and enjoyed this, and see you guys later. Peace.